Zigzag. This is an extremely short haircut done entirely with the clippers. We're going to cut right through the side, very, very short, taking it very close to the head. Around the hairline, we're going to emphasize this with the clippers. The back section, we're also going to remove all the weight at the back, taking it short to be cut exactly the same, very, very short, entirely with the clippers, emphasizing the hairline as well. Dry it up so that it stands perfectly straight, and then cut right the way through with the clippers so that it's perfectly square to resemble the old GI haircut. Key point 1A. We work in small sections at the top of the ear, and we gradually, with the clipper over the comb, remove the hair. Now, it's very important to find the right level of distance between the comb and the head to get the degree of shortness necessary. Obviously, it's better to start off a little longer and then gradually work down. As you can see, I'm building up over the head, layering the hair through. It's a slow, gradual process of eliminating the hair until you feel you have the required length. We work to a point roughly in line with the center of the eye, and we take all the sections up to that point, and then we stop on that line. We're looking for a very smooth, sort of velvety feel to the hair when it's completed, with no lines or any type of bumps in the hair. Slowly whittling the hair down to the required length. And as you can see, by just combing the hair so it stands up, we can cross-check the hair. This gives you the perfection in the haircut, exactly as you would do if you were cutting with scissors, only using the clipper it's very much quicker. Now just outlining the shape around the ear, being very careful. Giving a nice clean line around the outline of the ear. And there we have a very nice sharp graduation running through the first part of the haircut. Key point 1A. Key point 2, we now have to take all the weight out of the back, continued from the sides. This is done exactly the same way as we did the first section. We just slowly work our way around, putting the comb in and running the clipper along the comb. taking it down so that it's exactly the same as we've just cut. Now it's very visual. You have to try and create a very, very smooth, even texture. This is the beauty of this haircut. If it's done absolutely perfectly, the hair almost takes a different form, the hair. It's a very nice finish on this type of haircut, especially using the clipper. Now I'm working down this sort of side back panel into the nape. Coming through into the bottom now. Slowly but surely removing the hair and working it into the hairline. Obviously the hairline, if it grows a little bit into the center, that's actually in your favor. Cutting hair this short anyway is shorter than the way the hair grows. So if there is any difficult hairline on this type of haircut, it actually doesn't become any problem at all because we're going down so short. And in certain cases you can actually remove parts of the hairline. I would definitely say that to do this haircut with a clipper is tempted with the scissors. I can only speak from experience on this, and I have done this type of haircut with scissors. When I used to be a barber many years ago, we used to do these haircuts with scissors and also with clippers, and believe me, there's no doubt about it that the clipper is the quicker of the two. It takes me back, this haircut, because of the fact that we used to do many of these type of hairstyles, and it gave me a lot of knowledge about using the clipper. I think it's important to say that there are a few things that are worth knowing. Maybe it goes without saying, but the fact that when you have a clipper in your hand, the moment you touch hair with it, it cuts. And this is something to always be remembered for obvious reasons. Also, electric clipper, it's quite a strange sensation at first to have a clipper in your hand instead of a pair of scissors, and that is your cutting implement. It takes a little bit of practice to fully get that feeling that's necessary for you to have the confidence to go into hair with it. I suppose probably one of the best ways of practicing is to practice on perhaps a small child or something like this, where perhaps the repercussions aren't quite so bad. If any mistake is made, that is. Another important point is that it's actually better to cut the hair when it's damp and not soaking wet.